This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, this is Jack from Charting the Markets, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Monday, the 7th of October. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing and learn from it, transfer it to your own charts, and I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right, okay, we are still forming potential head and shoulder patterns. We've got a little double top here on ES potentially, although it's a little oversized. We had a weak 60-minute sell signal fixed last night, and we've got one of these on NQ at the moment, and at the moment these are playing out. If these are head and shoulder patterns, and well, I mean they are potential head and shoulder patterns, but if they are head and shoulder patterns, they're going to complete forming and they're going to break down. I would be expecting that breakdown really today or tomorrow morning. So waiting to see if that's going to deliver. NQ, again, nice setup. Weak sell signal fixed, and coming down a bit from there. RTY, no current divergence. Possible head and shoulders forming on RTY, but nothing really on the IWM chart. On YM, we've got possible head and shoulders forming, no current negative divergence, and DAX and the STX have both reached the possible near-miss target on the buy signals that have fixed last week. So waiting to see what we'll deliver here. Possible head and shoulders too on ESTX, less so, although still possibly on DAX. All right, let's have a look at the bigger picture charts. Right, head and shoulders, as I mentioned, still looking okay, but really need to turn down now if they are going to turn down. So I suspect we've seen the turn down overnight if we are going to see it. Otherwise, we're looking at retest the high, certainly on SPX and Dow. No divergence on the hourly charts. On the daily charts, we've still got the sell signals. I was writing about these on Friday. That's well worth a look. Obviously, the stats strongly favor these making target, but we could easily see a retest of the high first. And potentially a bit higher. So we'll see whether the head and shoulder patterns are going to play out. If not, these on a retest of the high, these could be double tops. NDX, all the new pivots are on the charts, by the way. So I posted them yesterday with the charts. All right, so on the daily chart on NDX, no divergence brewing there. On the 15-minute chart, we've got nice looking potential head and shoulders, and an obvious target down here at rising support at 19,200. On SPX, that would be at in about the 5,600 area. So looking at Dow, we're still on a daily RSI 5 sell signal. These have a really impressive track record. So we'll see how that goes. Possible head and shoulders forming too. Looking at IWM. IWM, no obvious head and shoulders forming, but I am wondering whether this could be an overall flag. I do have this nice support trend line, which I was looking at, and this could be a larger overall flag, in which case, if I want to break up, I'd be looking for a retest of 224.17. Nothing on the hourly chart, nothing on the daily chart. Nice support at the daily middle band. So far, on this decline, all of the daily middle bands held. This one was tested hardest and held. So as long as that remains the case, obviously there's a lean to the bull side. So we shall see. DAX and the STX, nothing to show really. So pretty much where they were on Friday, or at least haven't moved much. All right, let's have a look at DX. DX, we've broken up from the double bottom. We've got a target up and about the 102.95 to 103 area, and at the moment it's on the way there. We had a sell signal that failed, and looking at the euro particularly, where we've got this nice double top which is broken down and actually hasn't made that much progress towards target. There is quite a lot of potential to the downside on euro and to the upside on DX. On ZB, I've got this really nice looking trend line here, and I'm wondering whether we might be about to see a short-term reversal. We've now got a possible 60-minute buy signal brewing. I drew this last night before this low retest. At the moment, that's holding very well. If that's the case, then obviously we may be about to rally back up to declining resistance of 125, and overall this could be a flag forming. big moves on ZB. And I have to say on TNX, I am wondering about a heavy move down on ZB. Although to be honest, it doesn't really make an awful lot of sense in the way that we've been watching interest rates move and what we're expecting over the next couple of months. We'll have to see how that goes. But I'm open to a move on the downside. But looking at ZB here, of course, this could be a bull flag and could be setting up to the upside. I think we're liable to get a very interesting next few months on ZB. I was commenting on that yesterday on the bigger picture. We'll see. Which direction? The obvious direction on ZB would be up. But given the direction of interest rates, but it could, of course, go the other way. CL has gone slightly higher overnight. We've still got a 60-minute sell signal fixed. We've gone up to 76.50. NG, nice retracement from the high overnight. And I've got to say, I was looking very hard at the triangle setup. And I'll just share that with you. Hang on, wait a second. Because I was looking, of course, at the NG triangle. And this could still be in play. I've redrawn the line from there. Maybe it's not quite as crisp as I would quite like the trend line to be. But look at this. On the daily chart, on Friday we had an RSI 14 sell signal fixed and an RSI 5 sell signal fixed. That is bearish. We could be starting to move back to triangle support in the 2.1 area. We shall see. All right, nothing equivalent on CL here, signaling downside, but here, yeah, I'm definitely wondering about that. GC still looks like a bull flag forming. SI, this could be a double top. We went back and retested this high. If we get a sustained break below the 31.2 area, we can see a move down into about the 29.2 area. So we will see. HG, this still looks like a consolidation, setting up a retest of this high, and I think that may well be the case. We shall see. It's looking at KC. KC, we've now broken. We made the head and shoulder target, and we've broken down from the large double top. If it makes target, could reject back up to the high. Of course, these things always can. But if we make target, that would be in the 223.5 to 221 area. It's SB still leaning towards seeing a retest of this high. CC. This is a nice bottoming setup, and we've broken up over a nice declining resistance trend line. We've set up a potential level bottom, and we're on a 60-minute buy signal. I'm leaning towards seeing a rally back up into the 7,500 area, which is where the target for the double bottom would be. On ZW, we've seen some retracement here. And I'm wondering on ZW whether we might be making the the right shoulder on an IHS right shoulder on IHS pattern. So corn has broken down and could be forming a little head and shoulder pattern to go lower. There'd be a large inverted head and shoulder pattern on the wheat chart. On soy, where we were forming this potential level top set up all last week, and that's broken down slightly. If that makes target, that's got a target in the 1,000 to 1,004 area. On cotton, heading back towards a retest of the high, which we've already been talking about the last few days. This looks like a flag or a triangle. Consolidation. Lumber still trading sideways, looking more like a bullish consolidation here than a double top at the moment. Live cattle, 60-minute sell signal is fixed, not delivered anything so far. Holding this nice looking support trend line at the moment, can just go higher. And lean hogs, we have a little negative divergence here. We've got a 60-minute sell signal and waiting to see if this is actually going to reverse. We have a nice looking little level top here. That could set up a back test of the monthly pivot in the 73.21 area. All right, great. Let's have a look at questions. Yeah, I mean, I think either candidate will increase US debt a lot. You're right. And of course, that could, dent confidence in the in bonds. Maybe that could send yields up. You're right. So I think it could be a very turbulent few months in ZB, looking at the chart in either direction. But we will see. I mean, I think I think that's something I've been wondering about too. I mean, the US debt is now at 120% of GDP. Now it's not reached 135 yet. but at the rate it's increasing, could reach that in 2 or 3 years. That's the rate at which you start wondering whether it'll ever be paid back. But I think the trajectory obviously is not encouraging for that. So we will see how that goes. But I think certainly my favorite American politicians used to be the balanced budget fiscal conservatives, and they're long gone. God knows what happened to those guys, but they're nowhere around nowadays. All right, great. In that case, let's have a look at questions. We have none. So just to recap, yes, if we're going to see a breakdown from these head and shoulder patterns, I would expect to see that today or tomorrow morning. Otherwise, these right shoulders will become too unbalanced. If we're not going to see that, I'd be leaning towards seeing retest the highs, although we could, of course, do ABC flag. We will see. We've got weak 60-minute sell signals fixed on ES and NQ. Haven't delivered an awful lot so far. Chances are they'll probably make target, but we will see. We will see how that goes. But if we are going to see some significant action to the downside on the basis of the head and shoulder patterns, I'd be looking for that to happen to start today or tomorrow. We shall see. It's yeah, it should be interesting. All right, great. In that case, I think that's a wrap, guys. I'll have everything posted as soon as possible. I'll catch you guys later. I'll probably spend a lot of the day asleep because I was away all weekend and then up all night working. So I might be going back to bed after the. All right, catch you guys later.